Alright, we're back. It's time for another episode of Power Struggle. It's July 10th, everybody. And tonight, as you all know, Ed is not here tonight. But tonight, as co commentator, special guest co commentator, it's Lewis Taylor.
Yes. Thank you very much, Sonny. I can't wait for this podcast to begin.
Well, Power Struggle is ready to go. We're starting off with a big tag team encounter. Chaos Calling. All the members of Chaos Calling will be in action here tonight, and we're starting off with a tag team match between them and the Brotherhood, consisting of Aiden Zinda and Jerome Holland. Of course,
What you're saying? All of them are in?
well, all of them are in separate matches, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh no.
So we'll have two tag team matches, and Jack Harvey is I wanted to say Intercontinental, but we don't have the Intercontinental Championship belt in UCW. Not yet, at least. No, swerve. No.
Do
He
I
is
hear
our
a spoiler alert here?
he's the X Division champion. He's also part of Chaos Calling, and he'll have a match later on tonight as well.
I look forward to that.
Yeah, well, so do I. But we're gonna go ahead and give these guys the entrances they deserve.
Well,
And his partner from Osaka, Japan, weighing in at 230 pounds, Cole Tom Matsuda.
Guys, we have two of WWE's most exciting teams ready to go here tonight in tag team action.
And I can tell you that the entire tag team division has eyes on this match right now. That's how big this one is.
This is the one this crowd has been waiting for, guys. Tag team action coming up.
I can't wait, Michael. Like this crowd, I've had my eyes on.
yes, sir.
Alright, and we're back. The entrances have been. Well, they're here. So, we're going to go ahead, and this matchup is going to start. Of course, a couple of days ago, this Monday to be exact, I went live on the UCW page and announced that we're going to do two huge tournaments, Lewis. How do you pronounce your name?
Oh, it's Lewis and then an LT Taylor.
LT
Lewis
Taylor.
Taylor.
LT
The
Taylor.
LT, yeah,
LT
no,
Taylor.
the LT, like it's
It's like
you know, like
you're like the opponent of Bam Bam Bigelow on WrestleMania 11. Um, so I announced the King of the Ring tournament, and we're gonna do a
Yes.
summer special for tag teams. A
Ooh.
kind of like a World Cup for tag teams. So a lot of
Mhm.
crazy things going on in UCW. Of course, Chaos Calling and Brotherhood could well be two tag teams going into that World Cup. So they need some much needed momentum. And of course, Jerome, who is standing on the apron watching how a Dragon Sleeper is being provided on his brother Aiden Zinda here, is of course already in the Chase the Case ladder match. So he won't perform in a tag team for the Brotherhood on Chase the Case. Of course, later on tonight, we'll have the implosion of Death Insanity, LT.
Yeah, we do. Let's why do we always usually talk about that? I don't know. I want to talk about that.
You don't want to talk about yourself?
I always want to talk about myself. I just
Well, no,
don't
no,
talk
no,
about.
no, no,
I
no,
don't want-
don't, no Scrabble back. No, you don't want to talk about yourself, so we're not going to talk about you. As we see Chaos Calling making the tag team to Kota Matsuda, coming in with a double back body drop here on Aiden Zinda. Of course, Aiden Zinda being a former World Heavyweight Champion, the first UCW World Heavyweight Champion to be precise, has quite fallen off the radar since his rivalry with his own brother, who's now in his corner, Jerome. Of course, having a big blow-off match at Kingdom of Immortality this year. As Jerome has tagged himself in, that means Aiden Zinda needs to go to the apron. Very smart here. Not everybody would like it if you tagged yourself in, but the Brotherhood has such a good connection that they don't. It doesn't bother them. It's a sign of a great tag team, LT.
Well, it doesn't bother them to take each other in. Oh, we had the same thing. But tell me, Sonny, how did he win the World Championship?
Well, he beat 3 other opponents in a fatal 4-way on Midsummer Mayhem last year. Of course, Midsummer Mayhem is right around the corner. Well, right around the corner. It's next month, at the end of next month, the 31st of August to be precise. We'll be hosting Midsummer Mayhem 2, the sequel. And as you all know, the sequel is always better than the original, so that's just how it works. As we see a big double face buster. Now Aiden Zinda was tagged in, and he goes for a big power bomb here in the middle of the ring.
Damn.
That was a very good power bomb here by Aiden Zinda. Now trying to go for a couple of strikes, but we're blocked by Kota Matsuda. And now Kota Matsuda clotheslines him to the outside, and Aiden falls hard on that concrete.
You don't want to hit your head on the concrete. It really hurts.
Yeah, it really does. So, well, this is your first time being commentator, LT. Do you have any preferences for people? Who do you like better in this match, for example?
Oh, better in this match. I think I'd go for the Brotherhood, of course. Guess you want to know why?
Yes. Yes, I actually do.
Well, I'll tell you why. It's called the Brotherhood. They're brothers, and usually they do everything for each other. They had a little bit of something a little while ago, but they overcame that and they're back.
Yeah, well, it wasn't just the Brotherhood who had their doubts about, well, Jerome. It was the whole, well, myself included, as we see the Brotherhood has won by count out.
What?
By
Count
count out. Aiden Zinda was able to get back in the ring before the 10 count, but Kota Matsuda wasn't able to make it back in time. So the tactics of Chaos Calling came to bite them in the ass this time. They were the ones who threw Aiden Zinda to the outside. Aiden Zinda was able to make it back in on time, but Chaos Calling wasn't. So kind of a karma is a bitch here in UCW.
I call that an anticlimax.
No, well, it really is. Of course, it is nice to not see a clean win or loss here. That means there's open room for a rematch. And of course, these two teams, if they enter the World Cup of Tag Teams, I know the Brotherhood really wants to. Haven't seen a statement made by Chaos yet, but I know that if they both enter, they will have a rematch there. So there's something to look forward to if you're a fan of UCW and a fan of the Brotherhood or Chaos Calling.
I say I'm looking forward to all of it. I want to see them battle hard. I want to see a clean finish. Let it count out.
Well, that's what we all want here in UCW, but for now, it's not what we're gonna get. For now, we're gonna go ahead with a #1 contenders match for the X Division Championship. It will be Stefan Bass taking on Johnny Crow. So first of all, let's go and watch their entrances.
Right into this world, all alone. God takes your soul, you're on your own. A crow flies straight, a perfect line. On the devil's bed, until you die. This life is short, baby, that's a fact. Better live it right, you ain't coming back. Gotta raise some hell.
Singles action is underway, and in this one, I wouldn't attempt to predict what's going to happen. I'd just be ready for anything. Sometimes that's all you can do.
I can't help but get the feeling that this is going to be one of those matches people will be talking about for a long time to come.
All right, and we're back again. Stephen Bass vs Johnny Crow has commenced here tonight. Of course, one of these two will challenge Jack Harvey of Chaos Calling for his X Division Championship at Chase the Case. One or the other really needs to win. Of course, Stephen Bass has had a long tenure in China. A couple of months he spent there during Kingdom of Immortality. Or after Kingdom of Immortality, I should say. So from the beginning of April, and he's only been back a couple of weeks as he goes for the cover and a kick out at 2 by Johnny Crow. So LT, who would you think is the more dangerous opponent if you're the champion?
If I would be the champion, I would go for, I think Stephen Bass, because Johnny Crow, well, he perpetuates himself as a crow, and well, crows are pretty fragile, so I'm gonna definitely give it to Stephen Bass.
Well, yeah. All right, I'll take that. Very good. So, as we see here, a couple of strikes here by Johnny Crow. Now going for a suplex, bounces him off into a Falcon Arrow position. Very nicely done here by Johnny Crow. And now the Crow is looking to fly, I think. Yes, he's flying a top rope elbow drop right to the back of Stephen Bass. Now rolling him over, going for the cover. 1 and a kick out at 1 by Stephen Bass. So Stephen Bass not only returned a couple of weeks ago and has been claiming to only use 10% of his arsenal for some reason. I'm not really sure why he's so pissed and moody at the moment, but yeah.
Maybe he's on his period.
Well, maybe, but I'm not sure you can have those as a male. I mean, I'm a man. I'm a man and I never had a period.
Yeah. Well, you can have the period of emotions. You don't necessarily need to bleed from somewhere.
So you're saying that he's actually hysterical?
Well, I wouldn't call women on the period hysterical, but your words.
No, but I'm not talking about women. I'm talking about Stephen Bass.
No, we're talking about men on periods.
Yeah, but you said Stephen Bass is on his period.
Yeah.
Now I'm asking you that you can't. I'm telling you, you can't have a period as a male. You say you agree, and then say something completely different.
Yeah. It's sort of.
Is this the way LT Taylor is going to around his business. We see a big frog splash by Johnny Crow going for the cover on Stephen Base. 1. And a kick out at 2.
2.
2.
2. There's a kick out of 2.
Oh yes, a kick out.
And a foot stomp. Oh, that's gotta hurt.
It's really.
He goes for the cover. And a 1-2. Kick out of 2. Here he goes again. Oh. So how far are we now in the match? How do you think it's going, son?
I think it's going quite well. I think for someone he's only using 10%. He's kicking out of pretty much at the moment. So I'm not sure if his whole 10% claim is actually accurate. I think he's using much more of his arsenal than he's claiming. Which is kind of sad because, a rope break, according to our referee. Well, he's closer by than we are, so we just have to take his word for it. But I think it's quite sad that Stephen Base needed to resort to lying, because this cannot be 10%. If this is only 10%, then if he goes 100, he's gonna beat everybody easily.
Okay, well, let's say it is 10%, yeah? It is using 10% right now. If he uses his 100%, nobody can beat him.
No, well, that means Stephen Base with 100% should be our next world champion.
Well, right now he's going for the X division.
Well, yeah, if he wins, but he hasn't won yet. So I mean, I have full trust in him winning, but well, I mean, I don't want him to. I mean, I would rather have Johnny Crow win, to be honest.
And yet, your trust is in Stephen Base.
Well, as I'm looking now, I see Johnny Crow being in control. Oh, the go to sleep. The go to sleep. The GTS has just been hit by Johnny Crow. Will this mean he will go on to chase the case and challenge for the X Division Championship while he needs to pin Stephen Base? It seems that he's not under the ropes. And Stephen Base kicks out at 2.5.
That was a very close one.
I mean, I had my doubts about the first rope break, but I have my doubts if this shouldn't have been a rope break. But we have to trust. Yeah.
In my view, it was a rope break. His head was under the ropes.
Yeah, in my view as well. But we're gonna see another replay of this big move that was just hit by Stephen Base, a code breaker. Another classic move here in UCW, hit by Stephen Base, the code breaker. And it seems that Stephen Base knows that he won't be able to finish off Johnny Crow with this move. He's gonna go for something bigger, maybe just bounce some more.
It's a regular suplex.
Well, yeah, but he's now going for a neck breaker, just bouncing the back of that neck to the knee of Stephen Base. And that's something you should be fond of as a wrestler. But of course, you trained for this. Of course, LT Taylor, you're a wrestler as well, so I can ask you about wrestling stuff, right?
Yeah, sure, if you want to.
Well, yeah.
Whatever you want to know.
Well, I'll use it when I need something from you.
Yeah, sure. Well, I've seen your matches, so you can do some advice.
Well, thank you, but I'm not actually an in-ring competitor. So for me, lasting almost a minute in our King of the Squared Circle Royal Rumble match this February is actually a miracle.
Yeah, it's very a miracle, yeah.
Well, yeah, it really is. As we see Stephen Base and Johnny Crow now fighting on the outside. Johnny Crow just hit a step up and security to Stephen Base. But will Johnny Crow be flying? He wants to fly, but he's touching his head. He seems to have forgotten how to fly. Now he's remembering a big missile drop kick from the inside to the outside of the ring. And now Johnny Crow seems to have his focus on something else here as he cleans out the announce table. Maybe thinking of putting Stephen Base through that announce table. That would be a brutal move. And now he's doing our guest where nobody is even sitting. Why did he put that announce table up, guys? Come on. Come on.
For this kind of situations, come on.
For these kinds of situations, well, yeah, sure, but I don't see how this big knee drop by Johnny Crow to Stephen Base, but I don't see how that would work. But yeah, sure, we'll take your word for it. And now Stephen Base being directed by Johnny Crow to that announce table.
Oh, he's going for it.
Yeah,
what is he gonna do?
He puts him on the announce table. Just a quick punch for good measure here by Johnny Crow.
Oh,
And it
gonna fly again.
seems, yeah, he is going to fly in a top rope elbow drop through the announce table by Johnny Crow on Stephen Base here. He almost flew all the way to China from the arena, which is quite far.
I'm pretty sure Shane Main did it better.
Well, yeah, but still.
But still,
Still.
it's
Yes.
still a great move. Yeah.
Yeah, come on, the compliments where they are needed, LT. As we see Johnny Crow, oh, another big double foot stomp from the top rope. Is this enough? 1, 2. Oh, and just a kick out at 2 3/4 by Stephen Base. And I'm really impressed with Stephen Base here, showing a lot of resiliency here in this match against Johnny Crow. Even after all that punishment, now delivers a step up enziguri. But you have to imagine, how much can you still take? How much can you take and kick out? As we see an Okada victory roll here. A victory roll and a kick out at 2 by Johnny Crow. And now Stephen Base going for a suplex of some kind. Yes, a very nice textbook vertical suplex. And the 1 foot pin, but a rope break this time. The right leg of Johnny Crow under that bottom rope. And you can see here in our screen. So LT.
I think if he went for a normal pin, he could have gotten the pin, but he went to show off and he didn't get it.
Yeah, I think you're right. If he went for the normal pin, he would have hooked his leg, which would have not been under the bottom rope then. So he would have to have a lot more pressure, a lot more chance to win this match. So Stephen Base only thinking with 10% of his brain. If you see another big double foot stomp from the top rope by Johnny Crow here on Stephen Base, going for the 4th cover of this match. And a kick. Oh, a kick out at 2.5 again. Stephen Base's left shoulder got up, as you saw. So LT, if you're a wrestler, you're in this kind of situation. You have your opponent down, but you just can't seem to put him away. What is going through your mind as you're in the match?
I kind of losing it right now. You said Stephen Base was using 10% of his brain instead of his strength.
Yes, that is indeed what I said. Yes.
What I would do in this kind of situation is somehow knock out the ref, use a weapon, get him down, and win the match.
You're a weird specimen, you know. First you're rooting for clean finishes, and then you're telling people they should kick out the referee. Somebody I pay a lot of money for to have here every Wednesday on Power Struggle and do our pay-per-views every month. You're saying to basically abuse him. Kick him while he's down. I mean, referees don't have much to live for anyway. And you're taking away that one sparkle of hope that is my paycheck to them. As we see a moonsault, but the knees were up. The knees were up by Johnny Crow.
Damn.
And there you see it. That's what happens when you use 100% of your brain, Stephen Base.
Well, I'm not saying they need to do it.
Well, I am.
Super kick.
Oh, a cheeky Nando's.
Well, I'm not saying they need to do it. I'm just giving advice.
You're giving advice on how to cheat to win. That is not what we do in UCW. We never cheat.
I've seen a lot of cheating in my mom's year study.
Just the way I say this, like cue a video montage of people cheating in UCW.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like a lot of people immediately thinking of, well, press it in the reactions, guys, here on YouTube, and we'll read it after this match, which is not going to happen because we're not actually live. This is pre-taped. But we see Johnny Crow and Stephen Base now fighting on the outside yet again. Of course, they were in front of us a couple of minutes ago. And now Johnny Crow just being able to beat the 10 count. Very smartly done here by Johnny Crow. And as he thinking of flying to the outside yet again, he is, but he misses completely. He didn't. Yeah, he didn't file that one in. He didn't calculate that one enough.
Oh God, they're going to bring the crowd.
Well, it seems like he wanted to go into the crowd. He punches Stephen Base into the crowd for the 2nd time tonight. And now Johnny Crow, will he be joining Stephen Base? He doesn't think he will, but Stephen Base is still on the outside. So if he gets himself counted out, it will be a win. Ooh, he just beats the count. Just beats the counts again.
Oh, wow.
Gotta have my heart open here for Stephen Base. I mean, I don't like the guy. I don't like the fact that he's threatening me for a better paycheck. Apparently, I still have to pay him for his trip to China, which was not planned by me. I mean, if you're trying to get your independent bookings in, you can do it whatever you want, but I'm not going to pay you to do extra bookings. That's your own freaking problem.
Or they wanted to
There's
pay
enough
vacation,
money
then.
in China. There's enough people to blackmail in China. So maybe do that instead of blackmailing the beautiful general manager of UCW, Sonny Stephan.
I'm sorry, Sonny. Are you supporting blackmailing right now?
No, I'm supporting blackmailing somebody who's not in this country.
Aha. So
Yes.
it's still supporting blackmailing, just not someone in this country.
Well, he should blackmail the people that actually own him money. His next paycheck will be from UCW because he's competed for us. The last 2 months while he was in China, he did not compete for UCW, which means I don't have to give him a paycheck, and stop asking for it with your 10%.
Easy, Sonny.
No,
Easy.
you don't have
Easy.
to bring our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ into this.
Hold your terrors.
Well,
Don't need to
again,
cry about this.
we're going to try and move along as we see Stephan Bass ramming the head of Johnny Crow into our ring post here in the left corner of your screen. You can see Stephan Bass. Oh,
It's
what a
a
code breaker.
breaker.
Oh, but it's a draw.
It's a
a
draw.
double count out. What is this going to mean for the X Division Championship? That means that we have no #1 contender right now. Come on, guys. Why can't we have clean finishes here? This is 2 out of 2 with 0 clean finishes. As we go to our women's division, our new women's champion Bella is going to take on Cassidy Jane, who has been very loud about her opinions on her, Bella's championship reign as of right now. It hasn't been a long reign yet, but for right now, first we're going to go and listen to the entrances.
Singles action is underway, and in this one, I wouldn't attempt to predict what's going to happen. I'd just be ready for anything. Sometimes that's all you can do.
You know what I like about her? She's approaching this match the same as she would if the title was on the line.
Uh-oh, and a suplex. What a stomp. Good grief.
Alright, so the match is on the way. We just saw a black suplex on the outside, and we may think that Bella has hit her head on the steel steps. For now, she is doing okay. And as I promised in the writing down of this match card, when I wrote and announced this match, if Cassidy Jane is able to beat Bella, she will receive a future championship opportunity at Chase the Case, which will be in in well, less than 2 weeks actually. It's gonna be on July 20th. As we see a big back suplex now by Bella. Of course, she defeated Raven at different past deadline to become the new women's champion. As we see a running splash here. I have to say that the lighter you are, the less a splash should hurt technically, right? I'm asking you as a wrestler.
I'm very fond of splashes and splashing. But I gotta say, when you're lighter on your feet, yes, you make a less bigger impact. Yet you can get farther than a bigger person, like in distance.
Well, kind of have to agree with you on that one, as we see Cassidy Jane working on the left arm, or I should say the right arm of Bella. I'm looking from the wrong angle, and therefore confusing left and right, which is almost how everybody here in UCW is confusing what's right and what's wrong. You know what's right? Being complimentary towards each other. You know what's not right? Trying to kidnap your child, the child of the GM. My child was kidnapped while I was here in UCW. It left a scar, and it's not right. It's wrong. Oh my god! Bella just powerbombed Cassidy Jane to the floor from the inside of the ring. That's really disgusting. A really disgusting move here by our women's champion. I mean, I know tensions and emotions are running higher in UCW. I know that Cassidy Jane said some things about your title reign that might not agree with your view on things, Bella. That doesn't mean you can always see a big face buster after a sort of surfboard position by Cassidy Jane here. I'm extremely amazed that Cassidy Jane is still able to stand, as we see an inverted suplex here on the floor. LT, what are your thoughts on this match so far?
Well, I gotta agree with you on the powerbomb thing, Sonny. I've been powerbombed plenty of times outside of the ring, but I always had a ladder, a table, a couple chairs, maybe some ball white to land on. But the concrete floor like that, I can't believe she's still standing.
It's really incredible. So these kinds of things will teach you how great the superstars, male or female, are here in UCW. As we see now Bella going for a textbook suplex. It seems like Cassidy Jane's trying to block it, but she's oh my god, the strength of Bella is insane. As we delivered that textbook vertical suplex. Now back elbow right between the eyes of Bella by Cassidy. And now Cassidy, with a cutter. A cutter by Cassidy Jane. And now she's running towards the top rope. And what is she thinking of here? A somersault into the Hurricanrana. Very nicely done, as we saw Cassidy Jane do this more often last week as
Why
well.
didn't she go for the pin?
Well, she is looking for something to finish it off with. The moonsault by Cassidy Jane, but she really needs to think about maybe pinning somebody here in this match if you want to have a future opportunity at the title. 2 and 3, and Cassidy Jane has beaten our women's champion Bella here in one-on-one competition. Well, we were discussing why she wasn't pinning LT, but she was confident enough to know that moonsault signaled the end for Bella.
I give her a big props. I give that a 4 out of 5. When she got powerbomb to the outside and she still won. Good for a good one.
Well, Cassidy, you can indeed say that at least Lewis Taylor liked your performance here tonight. And of course, this means that Cassidy will go on to have a future title opportunity against Bella at a later date. Somewhere, Ed is really being sad about this girl losing. But we see Cassidy Jane celebrating here as we are trying to move on towards our next schedule.
Do you think it had an impact on her, with Ed not being here?
Well, I think it's a big blow for Bella, of course. She just became women's champion. She was running on all the momentum in the world, and just like that, Cassidy Jane, with a snap of her fingers and a moonsault to boot, took it all away. But now we're going ahead to our King of the Ring qualifying match. It will be Alexander the White Wolf, just new in UCW, facing off with the living legend Justin Perrault. But before we're going to get to that match, we're going to watch the entrances first.
Change my ways, change my ways, those evil ways. So I set out, cross that way, Strike them down to make them pay and change their ways, their evil ways. But I can't hide. And I won't hide. My evil ways. But I found out.
Big time
And
singles
his
matches on deck here, and Byron,
from the
what should we
fifth
expect to see here
dimension,
tonight? Well, given the shape these
weighing in
superstars
at
appear to be in here
319
tonight, I
pounds,
fully expect to see one of the most
Alexander
competitive
White
matches we've seen in a very long time.
Alright, here we go. One-on-one, Justin Perrault versus Alexander. Immediately a cutter by Alexander. Of course, I mentioned this was a King of the Ring qualifying, which is not true. It's a Chase the Case ladder match qualifier. Of course, Justin would love to be in that match, would love a chance to win that Chase the Case briefcase. Of course, we already have, as you see, a military press here by Alexander, the White Wolf. And as my co-commentator LT pointed out to me while we were on standby, both of these guys have the same face paint.
They have the same makeup artist, yes. And
Well,
I think I hired the same one.
Well,
Might go off
maybe.
on that.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. As we see a scoop
Oh, I
slam
don't.
by the White
Mhm.
Wolf of UCW. Who
Ooh.
I'm not sure why he's calling himself the White Wolf. Looking at I don't know. Looking at him, I won't call him a White Wolf. I mean, I don't want to play the race card, but I'm gonna.
It's more like a zebra.
He's more like a zebra, yeah. He really is
Yeah.
with the white and black hair, yeah. He
Maybe
kind of
we
looks
should
like
tell him-
he kind of looks like Seth Rollins when he was in NXT, with the stroke of white. Oh, he's Rogue from X-Men,
It's right on X-Men.
right? No, come on, you can't unsee that now.
Wasn't Rogue a woman?
Yes.
Okay. And so is he then.
Well, this is 2019. We have gender equality. But of course,
Not everywhere.
not everywhere, but we have it in UCW. That's just how progressive we are. No, it's of course just without further question. It's of course for a chance to be entered into the Chase the Case ladder match. Of course, last year the ladder match was won by Steven Dream, somebody who was just new in UCW at that point, who hadn't done much, but he shocked the world by winning that briefcase. Of course, he fucked over that briefcase by losing it a month later to Alex Mercury, who would then cash it in to make the UCW moment of the year and betray Dylan Mason, kick him out of DDS because Dylan Mason used to be in DDS. Of course, you weren't in
He used to be
UCW
in
at that.
DDS.
He was in DDS in the beginning when DDS first arrived here in UCW.
Yeah.
DDS was part of it, or Dylan Mason was part of DDS. And then Alex Mercury betrayed him as we see a cover and a 2 and a 3 and oh my god, Alexander beat Justin!
It's done.
Oh my god, what the fuck is happening?
I was not paying attention there. What the hell
Well, I
happened
was
there?
paying attention, but I would think Justin was going to kick out. I mean, I'm not saying that Justin let him win or lost on purpose or something, but damn, I wouldn't. If I didn't think that was the blow to do it, but apparently it was. Oh my god, this means Alexander is going to go into the Chase the Case ladder match and a chance to have a one-on-one match any time of his choosing for the UCW World Heavyweight Championship. Of course, you could choose to, you know, cash it in on the US or the X Division, but we all know nobody's going to try that. So I'm just not going to promote it, which is, it's just realistical thinking at this point.
Well, it depends on who the champions are.
I guess. I mean, if your internal rival holds the European Championship and you hold a contract, yeah, then technically that could be done. But haven't seen it happen yet. As we're gonna go towards a one-on-one match. Loki from Chaos Calling, of course, is going to go one-on-one with Dergos. So I'm gonna give you guys some food for thought here before I turn off our microphones for the standby mode. Since Justin has now his own groupie, his own little posse, who every time when they lose, they have to receive a beatdown. Does this mean Justin now needs to receive a beatdown? I'm gonna leave you all with the question. You can react to it in the comments below.
Russia, weighing in at 238 pounds, Loki.
We have one-on-one action on the way, and this one should be nothing short of amazing.
I don't doubt that for a moment, Michael. In fact, I would go so far as to say this match might just steal the show.
Well, here we go. We're back again as we see Loki immediately with a Lou Fast Press, modification of a Lou Fast Press, and immediately raining down punches, and it's raining even more on Diegos now. A couple of more punches by the Russian lunatic Loki, of course, part of the whole Chaos calling group. Who, well, they have been calling, but
Oh.
nobody has been answering. As we see a big submission move here on Diegos by Loki. Will Diegos
Look at
submit? That
that
would be
move.
a huge disappointment for him, of course, as he leans towards the biggest match of his career at Chase the Case, while he will be challenging John Dreamfield for the World Heavyweight Championship. And seeing as you're a wrestler, LT, if you would ever receive or gain the opportunity to wrestle for our most precious prize in the business, how would you prepare for such a match?
Well, how I used to prepare was run around the asylum and do some jobs. But now that I'm gone from there, it's a big ass question you're questioning me.
Well,
But
I mean, it's
think
something you must have thought about. I mean, we know that
Oh,
you
wait.
and the warden are going your separate ways. At least it's looking like you're going to go your separate ways. That means you're going to go into the singles competition and the singles division.
That's
So
right.
it means that, well, technically, I would assume everybody wants to win that world title. It's the most coveted prize in the business.
Mm-hmm. Of course, I have a game plan. I'm not gonna tell you that.
Well, well, you can tell me, but it sucks for you because like 1 million people watching on YouTube are listening in. So
Okay, why the hell should I tell my game plan if everybody can hear it?
no, that's why I'm saying you could tell it. It really will be a bit suckish if other people find out about it through this channel.
Oh, well. You want to know my game plan then?
Well, I kind of want to, but I also don't want to, decrease your chances of actually winning. So let's just let's just focus on this match as we see Loki being in full
Oh,
control
god damn.
with a side headlock takeover into a big chin lock here. Very nicely done here by Loki. He really has the #1 contender for the world title on the ropes here. As now Diegos was able to fight out at last. Now going for an Irish whip into the ropes. Drop down. And a high
super kick.
knee strike. Was it a super kick? I thought it was a knee strike.
Oh,
Oh, I
I'm
mean,
not really sure.
you're
I think
the
it was a
in-ring
super kick.
competitor, so... Both, of course, destructing maneuvers. As we see him Diegos going for a cover, but Loki able to kick out. And now we see, an armbar. No, try to go for an armbar, some kind of arm lockdown. Now going for the Irish whip to the corner. Oh, sidesteps him.
whip.
Face first into the middle turnbuckle goes Diegos. But now Loki, he could do something, but he decides to do fuck all. Which
Oh,
is really
super
weird by
kick.
Loki. I mean, we all know he's a weird dude, but that was a weird decision to make. Like, you had him on the ropes. You could capitalize, but he decided, well, let's not capitalize, actually.
Oh.
And now Diegos might be looking to signify the end of this match. Diegos, is he going to take the opportunity? Yes, there he goes. Couple of back elbows. Now the Irish whip reversed by Loki. Diegos, he escapes. And an enziguri. Very nicely done here by Diegos. Diegos on the apron now, goes back in. Loki, he grabs him. He grabs him by the throat into the military press, into the spine
God.
buster. Very nicely done here by Diegos. And now Diegos looking for that final strike, maybe. And there he goes. The Canadian
God
Destroyer
damn.
DDT version. The DDT Destroyer here by Diegos. And will it be enough? No, it won't be enough. You would think it would be enough, but it wasn't enough. Loki still able to kick out at 2. Incredible kick out here by Loki, showing why he is part of Chaos, because Chaos never stops. And now a spinning side slam. The spinning side slam by Diegos. Will that be enough to pick up the W here on Power Struggle?
He's gonna kick out.
And it
Hey,
will
look
be
out.
Diegos has just defeated Loki from Chaos Calling, keeping his momentum alive towards his biggest match ever. So, what do you think of the closing moments of this match, LT?
I already thought it was awesome that Loki kicked out of the first thing. It was really a shame when there goes went behind the rope on the apron. He didn't do a high flying move. He just went back into the ring. But the ending, it was a great ending.
Yeah, I really have to be very impressive by Loki to be able to kick out of the Destroyer DDT, of course a version of the Canadian Destroyer, but then with a DDT instead of a flipping pile driver. Of course, just as impressive and just as beautiful as its predecessor. Well, of course, congratulations go to Dergos. Of course, he has only 10 more days to prepare for his match with John Dreamfield as Chase the Case. I hope John was watching. He'll be in action later tonight against Chaos Calling as well, together with Sander Cool.
Oh, I'm gonna go. Bye bye.
All right. Well, of course, up next it will be Lewis Taylor, LT, who was just here with me. He went to the back so he could go and be where he was needed. So that will mean that for this match you will have just Sunny commentating for you. But first off, let's go to the entrances.
I think too much. I'm a little bit paranoid. I think I'm breaking. Maybe it's in my blood. Got a pain that I can't avoid. I think I'm breaking down. Hey, every single second, minute, hour, every day. Person in the mirror, they won't let me feel a thing. Keep me focused on my problems. I'm addicted to the pain. Everybody's out to get you. I guess I never noticed how we keep creeping in. My enemy emotion, but I can sink or swim. I say I'm feeling hopeless. They give me medicine. They give me medicine.
And his opponent, from Limbo, weighing in at 230 pounds, Kevin Death Graves.
As we ready for singles action, Byron, what can you tell us about these two competitors?
Well, I can say that both of these superstars come into this match incredibly hungry to prove their dominance here tonight. But as we all know, only one will walk away with their arm raised in victory.
This should be an incredible matchup. I mean, both men have extensive offensive repertoires, lasting endurance, and an insatiable appetite to be number one.
Alright, so I'm all alone here and it feels really weird. Well, I'm gonna have to make up for it because... Oh, KDG just attacked the referee! That's not something he should be doing as Lewis Taylor. Now LT with big fisherman suplex here. And it seems like there's a little bit of an ongoing battle between the warden and the inmate. Of course, you would expect the warden to be able to reel in the inmate here in Lewis Taylor, but it seems like the inmate wanting to go on his own, be it his own star, as the Death Insanity tag team of the warden and the inmate wasn't really working. As KDG goes for the first cover of the matchup and a kick out at 1 by LT. Very nicely done here. Now LT going for a neck breaker. Very good, very good. LT trying to get some control, some momentum in this match with a knee drop right through the throat of KDG. Now sets him up and goes for the reverse chin lock with his right arm. Now this is going to become a technical battle. KDG's trying to powering out, a couple of back elbows to the stomach area of Lewis Taylor. Now big clothesline by KDG. I'm not sure which one of these two competitors will have the edge in singles competition. I've only seen them in tag team competition, so this must be new for both of them. Both really trying to make the best of the situation they're handed. But there were some words exchanged about their own performances in the tag team division. As we see a small package in the kick out at one again by Lewis Taylor. And for now, KDG is actually dominating Lewis Taylor. But now Lewis Taylor reverses, slides around into a gutbuster. Pump handle version. Very nicely done.
Looks like he's starting to sweat now. He's going to need to find a way to fire back.
Yeah, but it looks to me like he's still... Oh, what impact. Big opportunity here.
And now Lewis Taylor goes for his first cover of the match. 1, 2, and a kick out by KDG. Almost Lewis had won this match here at Power Struggle tonight. As Lewis Taylor goes for another cover on KDG here. The 2 and the 3, and just like that, Lewis Taylor has vanquished his Warden. And again, Power Struggle keeps getting more insane and insane, because there is now another inmate loose in the asylum that is called UCW, I guess. I'm just gonna call it an asylum now. We're trying to keep all the crazy people in, not letting them go on the street. You know, we are doing you a public service, the world, so you better reward us. But really impressive work here by Lewis Taylor. Of course, he was talking about his match earlier on tonight, but I have to say I'm really impressed with how he just vanquishes the one that probably in his mind has taken him or let him down, or maybe just hold him back. And we'll see what Lewis Taylor can do in the singles division. But with this win, I think there's a big chance, I talked about this in the match card, that Lewis Taylor will be going on to chase the case and compete in that coveted 8-man ladder match. I'll confirm this after Power Struggle, but for now, we're gonna go ahead and go to our next match. And our next match is a tag team match. It will be John Dreamfield, our World Heavyweight Champion, teaming up with the #1 contender for the US title, Sander Cool, to face a duo of Chaos Calling. So first, let's go to the entrances. Alright, here we go again. Big tag team matches. John Dreamfield takes on the challenge of teaming with Sander, who has a track record of, you know, people turning on him and kicking him while he's down. So, well, I don't see John Dreamfield as that kind of a person. But only time will tell what happens when you teamed along with Sander, as he teams up against the X Division champion, and seems like he's going for a code red. Very nicely done here by John Dreamfield. Of course, John Dreamfield has been world champion since the beginning or the end of April, April 26 or April 27. I'm not sure which date it was. And there he comes, our own version of the Flash, Sander Cool and LT. What do you think of now seeing, for the first time, seeing Sander in action? Of course, you haven't faced him yet, but what do you think of his look, of the way he presents himself?
He presents himself as the Flash. Oh my god. Okay, first of all, his entrance. He didn't even run to the ring. He just slowly walked. It's completely the opposite of the Flash. And now we're just gonna see how fast this match is gonna take. Because it's not that fast, and it's not Flash.
Well, yeah.
And this guy wants to be taken seriously. I can't even.
I'm not sure. I mean, I try to support Sander whenever I can. I mean, I was one of his first and only supporters that UCW or that he ever had. But I mean, come on, dude, you're stretching my faith in you.
I'm stretching your faith.
Yes.
What do you mean?
Well, he's stretching the faith I can have in him as a solid competitor. I mean, I want him to, you know, go on to chase the case and win said United States Championship. But come on, like, put on something normal. This is real life. This is not a comic book.
Well.
I mean, I
you
could
say
I
that.
could
It's
I could
just
like see it through the fingers, you know, like I could like
Yeah.
try to not see it if he at least was endearing like the Flash, but that's not even there. So what do you have to show for it?
I haven't watched much of his matches, but I think this is the first time I'm seeing it. But he always worn the Flash costume.
Well, no, he has had different attire, so to say. As well, Sander is now looking for something big here. Of course, Sander, cool, and a big spear. He ran, and he took down his opponent, going for the cover and the win. No, kick out at 2.
Did you see the speed he used to run for his spear?
Yes.
It wasn't fast.
No, it only was like two centimeters that he needed to run.
Yes.
So you can't really blame them for that.
Everybody can make top speed at 2 centimeters.
Yeah, true. Oh, there we see it. The big double on the hook face buster. Full Nelson
There you
face
go.
buster, I should say. And the 2.
Two.
Oh, and a
And a
kick
kick
out
out.
by Michael Blaze. A kick out by Michael Blaze. And Sander must be in shock because that was the move that he used to finish off a lot of opponents back in the day.
Mm. Maybe he doesn't have it in him anymore.
Maybe not, but it looks like he's going to tag in our World Heavyweight Champion, and an assisted rocket launcher cross body here by Sander Cool and John Dreamfield, as John Dreamfield seems to be really pumped up here tonight.
Great match so far.
Of course, it is important for John. Yeah, it is a great matchup, as you said, LT. It really is. But it's important for John Dreamfield to keep on winning, since Diegas keeps on winning. And if he loses momentum, then Diegas has the advantage going into that championship affair.
Yes, you're saying that he needs to win, but the champion already lost this match. This day, he already lost.
Well, true, but that's only because he's teaming up with Sander. That's not the actual
No.
match.
I was talking about earlier tonight. Oh, the woman lost.
Oh yeah, Bella. Yes, she lost indeed. Well, that means a big Stormbreaker
Oh.
flipping, twisting neckbreaker here on the outside by Michael Blaze, and John Dreamfield still being able to counter a couple of strikes here by Chaos. But it seems like this might go to a count out as well. But Michael Blaze has been thrown in, and John Dreamfield runs around, running a lot faster than Sander did with that spear, might I add, as he goes for a snapmare takedown. Very nicely done here by our World Heavyweight Champion. And he's go for a single leg Boston Crab submission hold. We see Michael Blaze trying to crawl to the bottom rope. The referee is signaling that he did not submit. So this match will continue. As we see, a big face buster here by Michael Blaze. So LT, do you have any thoughts on our current World Heavyweight Champion? I mean, what are you going to do now that you're a singles guy? You won against KDG earlier tonight, against your former
Yeah.
tag team partner.
Ah,
So what's next for Lewis Taylor?
well, I won, so you can basically see that the Destiny Sandy is over. You know, I won this war. I know what's going to happen in the future. Maybe we won't see eye to eye again. I don't know. But for now, sure, the World Championship is in my eyes, but you can't always go for the best one. You gotta start low. Or maybe X Division, maybe something else. Maybe I'll win the case and I'll see where I go.
Well, I am very excited for you. I mean, somebody has to be, right? So I'm
Yeah.
excited to see where you're gonna go, and of course, having you on commentary means that I can spend a lot more time with you, get to know you a little bit better. Maybe I'll become your biggest supporter in the future. We'll see. As we see Michael Blaze, couple of combination strikes and kicks here on our World Heavyweight Champion. Very nicely done here. Our World Champion has a bit of trouble here with Chaos. This could build back to whatever we saw in the first match when the Brotherhood couldn't finish Chaos. Well, they couldn't pin or submit him.
What a move.
Ooh, very big and powerful, nasty move here by Chaos. Now throws the World Champion back into the ring.
What the hell is that?
I'm not quite sure, but John is signaling for a swing.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, maybe. Oh, he pulls him towards. Oh, still working on that left leg. Of course, a couple of moments ago, he brushed in that leg for a single leg Boston Crab, so the damage has already been done. But it seems like he was going for the move. That is the Sweet Dreams, the GTS that he calls the Sweet Dreams, and broken up by Jack Harvey, the X Division champion, saving the match for his team. But he paid for it with a neck breaker from Sander Cool. And now it seems like one Sweet Dreams was not enough. No, we need not one. We need two Sweet Dreams. Do you see what I did there?
Damn.
You see what I did there? Too sweet.
I need some
too
sweet dreams
sweet.
after this match.
Well, there he goes. The one. Oh my God! Michael Blaze
And he
kicks
kicks
out. He kicks out. Holy crap!
Shit.
Holy mother of incest!
It's just gonna go. It didn't go anywhere.
Well, this is a crazy match. I thought one Sweet Dream should have been enough. Broken up. The second should have been enough, but he was able to find that extra strength within and kick out. As we see
Whoa.
Sander and John actually working really well together with a wheelbarrow assisted senton by Sander Cool. And now, Jack Harvey tagged in for the first time in this match. Now it's Jack Harvey versus Sander Cool. Maybe this will be a match that we'll see in the future of UCW. Of course, both are big supporters of the the title hunt. Of course, Jack Harvey already our X Division champion, and Sander Cool looking to become our United States champion. So their paths might not cross in the near future. This might be the only chance they have to face each other in this ring. As we see a power slam attempt, but Jack was able to file out. And now, big corner high knee strike. And a bulldog follow-up. Very nicely done.
Go for the pin. Not even a one count.
Not
I don't know
even-
if you've noticed it, Sonny, but I think one half of Chaos Calling is bleeding out.
Well, I think the Michael Blaze, of course, suffered a lot of... And there we see it. The skull-crushing finale by Sander Cool.
Is this gonna be it?
He won a lot of matches with this move. Will this be enough
with another
to
one.
pin Jack Harvey?
Ew.
And he does!
Yay!
Sander Cool and John Dreamfield have won this big tag team match. As you said in the beginning of the match, LT, a champion had to lose here tonight. And tonight it was the X Division champion who should have a number one contender, but he doesn't because Stephen Bass and Johnny Crow don't know the word of a clean finish. So we'll just have to see where it goes from here. But of course, congratulations to champion and challenger here tonight, John and Sander.
Very good match.
Yeah, very great match. Yeah, just have to give it up for Chaos Calling as well for kicking out of two Sweet Dreams. That's something that hasn't been done much and won't be done much in the near future, I assume. Well, this is the kind of level you need to aspire to get to, LT. The level of a world champion. You get to witness it from a position that nobody else will ever be able to witness it. So yeah, take your notes, take your mental notes.
Take my mental notes. I know a better spot to view it from.
What
In
is
the
it?
ring.
Well, in the ring.
In
yeah,
the
of
ring.
course, of course. Now we see Sander and John just appreciating the crowd going mental for both of them. Sander and John shake hands, very sportsmanlike. Of course, Sander is not part of the Brotherhood. John, of course, is. So this is a one-off tag team appearance. So, well, if you're in the crowd live tonight, you were able to see this live. Well, congratulations to you, because you might be at the one and only tag team of John and Sander. Well, we have to go on towards our next match.
You know what I'm wondering then? Chaos Calling kicked out of Two Sweet Dreams. I'm wondering how many LT formulas I need to put John Dreamfield there.
Well, that is very true. So John Dreamfield needs to perfect that move to make sure it's a one-hit KO. As we're going to go ahead to our next match will be Matrix versus the United States champion Dave Williams. Of course, he will be facing Sander later on Chase the Case. And of course, Matrix will challenge for the TV title. But first, entrances.
Emanation, and a million faces formed together, made for elevation. And a soldier won't surrender faith. This I can fire that never burns to embers. The voice of the unheard. Love is the answer.
I gotta speak it, believe it, that's how I feel inside.
I can't sit here quiet.
You can take my heart, you can take my breath when you pry it from the cold dead cat.
This is
Behold the King of Kings.
And his opponent
On your knees, dog. All hail. Bow down to the King. Bow down to the King. In red as he walked from the place where the traitor lost both his name and his face. Through the halls and the corridors, stinking in blood, he tasted his grin, and it tasted good. The King took his head, left him broken and dead. Bow down to the King. Bow down to the
Both superstars come into this matchup with a lot to prove.
And I can't help but wonder how the champ's game plan differs, if at all, knowing that the title is not on the line here tonight.
It's come down to a battle of attrition right now. A striking blow. Shoulder tackle.
Alright, and we're back again. Of course, this match has started. United States champion Dave Williams as LT. You were really surprised that he was wearing a suit.
The suit, yeah.
Well,
No,
well, why are
wasn't
you
weird.
so surprised that he's wearing a suit?
Well, I'm not surprised. Not mentioning my own clothes, of course, but being fully suited, it just all the sweat and the heat, it can't go away. Just keep it going on your body. It will dry out really fast.
Well, yeah, you would assume so, wouldn't you? Like, I mean, I get your support, I get your concerns 100%, of course, but I mean, Dave has done exceptionally well for himself. Of course, he is the United States champion only after tricking Sander to do an open challenge. And then who comes out? It's Dave Williams. And Sander was so flabbergasted about this that he wasn't able to defend himself properly. And since then, he really hasn't gotten his fair one-on-one rematch. But it will happen at Chase the Case. And they have requested it to be a steel cage. Now, as a competitor here in UCW, LT, how would you prepare for a steel cage match? Is there anything you would do differently?
Well, I gotta say, a steel cage is almost the same as a room was in the asylum. So for me, it's not really preparing for it, but as I give the advice for them, stay away from the wall. Unless you
Stay
want to
away
climb
from
out,
the
of
law?
course. Stay away from the wall.
Oh, the wall!
Yeah, the wall.
I thought you were trying to tell them to stay away from the law.
Yeah, you also should do that. Yeah. Most importantly, stay away from the wall. It really hurts. It's not fun. It's like a cheese grater to the skin.
Doesn't sound too pleasant. Glad I'm not competing in the steel cage match on Chase the Case, yeah?
Yeah, well, it depends on what you're into.
Well, yeah, still, but like even if you like to have some steel bars crushed across your face, as Matrix goes for the on Dave Williams. Dave Williams being able to kick it at 2. But still, I mean, I know there are weird, kinky shit in the world. I know that. I have watched pornography, but still, it like weirds me out every time. You know. No.
Yeah, I get it.
Come on, give me
I-
some
I'm just-
confirmation here. I'm laying my heart out for
Well,
you.
I'm sorry. I'm just flabbergasted about you saying that you watch pornography.
Well, why not? It's very normal to watch pornography. Me and
Not very normal. That's not-
my beautiful wife
I'm-
Moon Sapphire, we watch pornography
so-
together if we want to. It just gets us in the mood, you know.
Oh, I got it. It's normal. It's not normal to say on a family show.
Well, it's not a family show, now is it?
Well, kids watch the show, right?
Well, they do, but with or without permission, I think.
Okay, fair enough.
Now Matrix going to the top rope, going for a swanton bomb, but Dave was able to roll out of the way. And now Dave Williams with a sucker punch right to the face.
Damn.
Really nasty shot here by Dave Williams, going for the pin on Matrix and a kick out at 2. Of course, Matrix is going to go one-on-one with Dave Williams' best friend. And we see a Death Valley driver here, immediately folding up into the pin and a kick out at 2 again.
You know, I gotta say, I'm using the Death Valley driver, same as he is. You gotta execute it perfectly, or you're gonna hurt your neck a lot.
Well, did you think he hit it perfectly?
Well, he's still standing, so yeah. Well, I'm not saying perfectly, but he did it well.
Well, if he didn't hit it perfectly, what did he do wrong? As we see him now going for a big power bomb, maybe yes, a buckle bomb right into the turnbuckle. Again, going for the pin on Matrix. Will it be enough to pin the number 1 contender? 1, 2, and a kick out yet again by Matrix.
You wanna know what he did wrong? He's wearing a suit. That's actually doing wrong. It doesn't look good in a suit when you do everything.
Well, I guess, but sidesteps the corner splash, and now Matrix has time to go for some offense of his own as a twisting suplex.
damn.
Twisting suplex here by Matrix. Will it be enough to pin the champion? And yes, it does. Matrix with
Very
a huge
nice.
win here on Power Struggle, pinning the United States champion. As you hear the applauding in the background. Very
It takes
nice.
a whole lot of body RP strength to do that.
Yeah, a really impressive strength here shown by Matrix. Of course, Matrix, the brother of Diego. So both brothers picking up huge wins here on Power Struggle. Even though they probably don't want to be reminded of the fact that they are actually related.
Wait, they're actually like real life brothers.
Yes, they're real
Or,
life brothers.
or they're like brothers like Edwin Christian brothers.
No, they're real life brothers. I just told you they're real life brothers.
Yeah. They always kept on saying that the Undertaker and Kane were real life brothers, but all of a sudden they weren't. But they came from the same house. They came from the same womb.
Yes.
That's what you're saying right now.
They came
Okay.
from the same womb. Yes, they're actually twins as well.
They're
I think.
twins,
Yeah, they're
wow.
actually twins. Yeah.
Yeah.
You learn a lot here.
Oh, I haven't been here for a very long time. Yeah, I'm learning a lot here. I love it.
Well, good.
Take it to my advantage.
Good. You shoot. You really shoot. Well, of course, congratulations to Matrix picking up some huge momentum, and Dave Williams not picking up so much momentum for his match at Chase the Case. Of course, consisting inside of a steel cage against Sander Cool. Of course, permissioned and granted, asked by Sander to keep Mike Hansen out. Of course, Mike Hansen will have his own hands full when he battles Matrix for the television title in 10 days. And we're going towards our next match. It will be Galki Shine, really newly reunited with his lost brethren Azrael to reform the Sweet Beautiful Sunshines here in UCW. He will be going one-on-one with Noah Youngblood. Winner will receive a future opportunity to go into the Chase the Case ladder match. So let's hear those entrances.
Basketball season has returned. It's been a long time. Been a long time coming. It's life or death with me, man. But you know, there's no turning back now. This is what makes me. This is what I am. Feel me? You can hate me now. QB, but I won't stop now. Real niggas, cause I can't stop now. Brave hearts, you can hate me now. Come on, but I won't stop now. Cause I can't stop now. You can hate me now. You can hate me now. Do it now. Do it now. Do it now. Don't hate me. Hate the money I see. Clothes that I buy. Ice that I wear. Flows that I try. Close your eyes. Picture me rolling. Sixes. Money folding. Bitches. Honeys that swollen. The richest. Knives get in ya. Most critically acclaimed Pulitzer Prize winner. Best storyteller. Thug narrator. My style's greater. Model data. Big threat to a lot of you haters. Commentators. Ringside. Try watching my paper. Almost a decade. Quite impressive. Most of the best is in the S's. For this rap shit. You can feel the electricity running through this arena. This is going to be some battle.
All right, here we go. Once again, this will be the final. I think this is the final match before our main event of Vinnie Jones squaring off against Jake Van Dyke in a 10-minute Iron Man match. Winner goes on to face Alex Mercury at Chase the Case. But first off, it's Galki Shine versus Noah Youngblood. Of course, there's a lot of history between those two. They faced off at different past deadlines, where Galki was able to pick up the victory. And again, they faced off last week in that big fatal 4-way #1 contenders match, where neither was able to pick up the win. The pick was actually picked up by Deergas, of course, now the new #1 contender. So this is kind of a rivalry-filled match here, LT. So
Yeah.
how would you think? How would you see your opponent if you've been in the ring with them multiple times? Do you change things about your strategy, or do you try to do different things to throw them off their game?
Yeah, you what I usually do, you change your game plan, but not too much, just slight little changes so it throws your opponent off the game. Because when you think you're going for one thing, you're actually going for another thing, and that's how you don't take a win.
Well, yeah, I could see that. I could see that. I mean, you have a different strategy than probably most normal people would have. As with the thrust kick, oh, a double cross body attempt. They just flew by each other. Really weird. And now, oh, corner close, I know, with a back elbow. Now Galki with Noah on his shoulders. Noah bracing himself for a detonation kick. Very nicely done.
There you go. What's up? Where's he doing? Oh. I don't like landing like that. It really hurts your knees. That's a big ass knee. I'm sorry.
Well, no, I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm just watching the match, just being in awe. Now, you know, a Youngblood going for the first cover of the match.
Quiet all of a sudden.
Yeah, I mean, I can be flabbergasted too, or flustered, or just enjoying the action. And it's just sometimes I enjoy the action way too much and just forget to talk. I'm just in awe of what our competitors are doing here in UCW. You know, it's just something that happens. It's very normal for men my age.
Men your age.
Yes.
What the hell that's supposed to mean?
Well, no, we're not going to talk about my medical life. No, this is an invasion of privacy, LT. No.
What invasion? You started it.
No, I didn't start it. As we see a corner chop here by Galki, and now throws him out of the corner and runs in with a big drop kick. Very nicely done here, going for the cover, the 1, the 2, and a kick out by Noah at 2. Gotta
I love
have
the corner drop kick combo. I love that move.
Yeah, for a big guy, I have to say, Galki is very agile for such a big man. What do you think of the sunshine tattoo on the back of Galki, LT?
I think it's a little overdone.
It's overdone. What does that mean?
It's overdone.
It's overdone.
Well,
it's not a fucking steak. You can't overcook it.
Yeah, you know, you have multiple meaning for one word, right?
Well, yeah, but I'm just asking you to explain yourself.
Well, let me explain. So overdone is in he just reunited with Ezreal, right?
Yes.
Did he have to do it before or after?
Before. Well, he
So
came
there was
back with
actually
it.
before.
Well, Galki and Azriel, just let me explain because you weren't here at the time. Galki and Azriel had a
Yeah.
big feud, big rivalry,
Mhm.
culminated in the Hell in a Cell match with Azriel winning. He threw Galki
Yeah.
off the cell, and we haven't seen Galki since. Then one day, out of the blue, he returned with a big sunshine tattoo on his back, and insisting he had changed and wanted to form back the old tag team that Azriel and Galki had formed on the Indies. As we see a victory roll by Galki here, and a kick out at 2 by Noah Youngblood. Just you never know when the finish is going to occur, when the pinfall will be a schoolboy, but a road break, very, very good this time. It was seen by our senior official that there is actually a rope break.
So you want to know what I meant with overdone right now? With this
Yeah,
little
I
thing
actually
that
wanted to
have?
know when I asked what you meant, but sure, give it
So-
to me 10 minutes later.
Sorry. So now there are the beautiful sunshines, right? He has a little beautiful sunshine on his back. But what if the beautiful sunshines break up and never get back together? Then he has this useless sunshine on his fucking back.
Well,
That's
I
why it's overdone.
I mean, most people get tattoos because they're filled with memories, right? Filled with something special to them. Well, you know, if they break up, we don't have to be pessimistic and be like, well, they're gonna break up because they're gonna fight again. No, maybe they're just gonna go like, well, I want to go and try to be in a singles division again. You know, so it will be just like a happy memory. As we see another victory roll, a 2 count. Ooh, and just kicks out again, nearly escaping Noah Youngblood here. Almost getting pinned by Galki for the second time in less than 2 weeks. Got a couple of blows to the back now by Galki. Ooh, and very nice torture rack into a facebuster combo here by Noah Youngblood. Will this be enough to put Galki away? Well, he at least is going to try. 1,
It's not
2,
enough.
and 3, and Noah
Oh,
Youngblood has
oh
pinned
my god.
Galki, and the prediction master LT was wrong because it was enough.
I really thought he was gonna kick out. So I'm guessing then for now they're 1-on-1.
Yeah, technically, yeah.
1-for-1, yeah.
This is what makes
Oh.
me. This is what I am,
Well, of course, congratulations to Noah Youngblood. This means he will get a future opportunity, probably next week at Power Struggle, to get into that Chase the Case ladder match.
Wait,
course,
this wasn't the qualification match for that?
No, this wasn't a qualification match. We, of the board of directors, felt that it was unfair to give them a qualification match since they were competing for in a number one contenders match last week. So we decided that only one of these two can get it. And yeah, well, fight for it, right? That's what we do here.
Well,
We're wrestlers. We
yeah.
fight. Oh, we had
Also,
one more match as Ako is going to take on TJ Youngblood. A little bit of infighting between the new posse of Justin, as TJ Youngblood had said that he wanted to go into that stable, in that group. He wanted to join up with them, but he was still booked to face Ako at Power Struggle. So we're gonna do that match. But first of all, entrances.
Making his way to the ring, accompanied by the living legend, Justin. And from Amsterdam in the Netherlands, weighing in at 310 pounds,
Two of WWE's top stars ready to go here in one-on-one action.
This is the match I've been waiting for, guys. Ever since it was announced, I've been looking forward to seeing these two clash.
and his opponent, from New York, weighing in at 190 pounds, Youngblood.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for one-on-one action.
And Michael, it sounds to me like this crowd already picked the one who they want to win this match.
The WWE Universe is chomping at the bit to see these two competitors go at it. You can count me in on the excitement. I can't wait.
If you haven't hit record yet, now might be a good time to do that. These guys are going to have a match you'll want to watch over and over again.
Alright, as I explained before the entrances occurred, we have TJ Youngblood versus AKO, the notorious AKO as he calls himself, as we see the entirety of Justin's posse with Justin hanging outside the ring. There you see next to Ako, you see Brian Bradley on his right, and you see Johnny Riddle in the right corner of your screen, in the upper hold corner, as we see a diving knee drop. by TJ Youngblood, but he doesn't seem to have been landing so smoothly. How could someone actually predict? Because he didn't seem to really hit Akko with that diving knee drop. As he now
Yeah, I
goes
think he hit the
for...
floor a little bit with his knee.
Yeah, I think he hit more of the ground with his knee than he did
Mhm.
something else. But it is what it is.
Ooh. Oh, wow.
Now we see the entirety of Justin Stable just watching on. Now TJ Youngblood just bumped into Johnny Riddle.
Mm-hmm.
But it is a big thing here, because whoever loses gets a beatdown from the stable later on. But so someone will get a beatdown because they're both in the same group. As you see now, Akko just busting the face of TJ Youngblood here against the top turnbuckle.
As you were saying earlier tonight, Justin lost. What is going to happen to him then? He usually hands out the beatings.
Yeah, well, true. Well, there you have Brian Bradley and Johnny Riddle. They, of course, more than happy to serve a beatdown for anybody who deserves one in their opinion. But I guess right now it's just a matter of time before somebody gets a beatdown from someone. It's either going to be AKO or it's going to be TJ Youngblood.
What does the AKO stand for?
I don't know. It should stand for something, right? But oh, beautiful X-Plex as TJ goes for the cover on Akko. Akko able to kick out at 2.
Okay, so here we have TJ Youngblood, right?
Yes, TJ Youngblood in the red and black tights and Akko in the brown legging.
Yeah, well, in previous match we had Noah Youngblood. Like, are they connected or something?
Well, I'm not quite sure. As far as I know, they just, for some way or another, share the same last name. I am pretty sure they're not officially related, because otherwise they probably would have formed a tag team by now.
Youngbloods, yes. There's a chair in the ring.
Yeah, chair thrown into the ring by Brian Bradley. Brian encouraging people to use the chair, or should be more specific, encouraging the notorious AKO to use the chair, as he goes for the cover on AKO, and AKO able to kick out at 2 once again.
Oh. There he goes. And the ref didn't see it. See, that's the tech that I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't know really how to commentate this, what to say about it. I think it's a nasty thing. Now AKO going for probably the last maneuver of this match. Technically it's an attitude adjustment. Well, I don't think TJ Youngblood really needed one because he already joined, but it will be enough to give the notorious AKO the victory over TJ Youngblood here tonight here on Power Struggle, as we are after this match going to gear up towards our main event, a 10-minute number 1 contenders match for the European Championship. Of course, Alex Mercury, member of the Dutch Death Squad, can't say he's the leader because apparently they don't have a leader this time around. Everybody is equal, which means you can't just kick out the leader and just become the leader this time. So, well, it eliminates a couple of possibilities, but still, it's...
What was that thing about them calling themselves Golden?
Well, that's a thing. Well, sit down, for I'm about to tell you a story. A story about Daclus. Daclus was brought in. He's, of course, now one half of the UCW Tag Team Champions, together with AK-47. And he once was the X Division champion. And when he was the Golden Beast. So everything was golden. So it was kind of a throwback to when he was the X Division champion. Of course, now he's champion as well, so... Sorry, just had to sneeze.
God damn it, Fish. You hold your hand in front of your mouth and not
no.
my face. Thank you very much. Ah, God damn it, dude, that's what I said. Get your hands.
No, my hands are in my pants. My hands are. No,
Aha, so,
no,
okay,
no.
so I know I'm not gonna shake your hands anymore.
Well, just wait until the end of this episode. As we're going to gear up towards our
What?
main event, just watch the entrances first.
The following contest is an Iron Man match. Making his way to the ring from the Netherlands, weighing in at 210 pounds.
My mama told me when I was younger, you better speak up, don't be a number. My daddy told me when there was thunder, go be the lightning, don't run for cover. Who's gonna help the helpless? Sometimes we're all alone. These days we're all just looking. Adrenaline in my soul, every thought out of control. Do it all to get them off their feet. Crowd is here, about to blow, waiting for me to start the show. Out the curtain, lights go up, I'm home. Whoa! My father said when I was younger, hard times bring better days. You took it all away, I give it all away. You take my freedom, didn't change the game, a better man to play. I built my kingdom, now you bow to me. You took my dreams but not my name. You'll follow me till the end. I am my kingdom. Lights go down, I'm ready now. Tear this roof up for the town. Gonna give them what they came to see. Hear the crowd on the toes, ready for me to start the show. Out the curtain, lights go up, I'm home. Whoa! My father said.
And there's the bell. And here we go. This is the type of battle that you can show someone who's new to our brand of entertainment and say, this is what WWE's all about. His shoulders are down. And he kicks out. Not yet.
Guys, I've talked with superstars who've competed in Iron Man matches, and each and every one of them said that there's almost no preparing for the grueling nature of this contest.
Harsh impact going for the cover. And the shoulders up in time. Not yet. Corey, that's why you're the best analyst at this table regarding the grueling nature of this match. In fact, we've heard stories of superstars spending hours a day doing cardio in preparation for an Iron Man match.
Yeah, and amazingly, they all say all those hours in the gym did.
We've got a cover. He got body on body there, but that's about it. Not yet. That'll mess up the back of your neck. Ooh, what impact. On, he dodges out of the way.
Alright, we're 2 minutes late, but I wouldn't stop sneezing. And for some reason, Lewis Taylor wouldn't grab his headphones anymore after I sneezed all over them. So we had to go get some new pair, but we have some new equipment, better than ever. We're back. LT, this Ironman match has been going on for 2.5 minutes now. What are your thoughts?
Well, for what I've been seeing with all the shit that was on my face when we were sneezing, but I'm seeing through, I think Jake is a little lost. You know what I mean?
Yes. No.
No, you don't know. Okay, so
Please explain.
what I saw happening, he used a lot of springboard moves, but he didn't connect like at all. I think he tried it 3 times, and all 3 times he missed. So he needs to pick himself up and get better in the match, like what he's doing right now.
Oh,
There
the
we go.
TKO! The TKO by Jake Van Dyke! That's the move that he used in November of 2018 to capture his first and only singles title, the US title. And he is still the longest reigning US champion in UCW history. Will it be enough for the first fall? No! Vinnie Jones being able to kick out at 2. Of course, this match has only been just going on for longer than 3 minutes. So it's an incredible undertaking to put somebody down of Vinnie Jones' caliber in only 3 minutes, LT.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, I'm really impressed with Jake here being able to hit a TKO that soon, but Vinnie Jones was just that fresh that it wasn't enough yet to take him down, as we see a belly-to-belly here by Vinnie Jones. Of course, you know
yeah.
that both of these superstars are members of the Brotherhood, right?
Yeah, that they're facing each other. It's like they're really playing into each other. The fact that it hit it so soon in the match, it's like seeing Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins. And Brock Lesnar hit the F5 in the first couple seconds. Kind of feels like that. Only, well, they were not brothers, and these guys are.
Well, they are, of course, not literal brothers, not biological, but they are brothers in the sense of the word that.
Get it. Yeah, but the brothers.
Oh, another TKO! Another
guys,
TKO
damn.
hit by Jake Van Dyke. Just out of nowhere, he hits another TKO. Of course, you can go many ways when you have somebody up on your shoulder. So to see him go for another TKO is astounding here. As Jake goes for the pin on Vinny. The 1, the 2, and the 3, and that means it's 1 fall to 0. Jake picked up the first fall in this 10-minute Ironman match. So it means
Very
5
nice.
minutes and 26 seconds left on the clock for Vinny to make it 1 apiece, or even better, to get 2 falls on Jake. But that is going to be a huge undertaking here by Vinnie Jones.
Well, I hope it's going to be at least 1-on-1, and that someone wins with a 2-1. Let's not make it a draw.
Let's not make it a draw. No, please. Please do not make it a draw. We have
We
had
already had a draw
enough
tonight.
count-outs and enough no number 1 contenders crowns on this freaking show.
Well, I gotta say, with the number 1 contendership for the X Division Championship, well, with no contest, with no winner, and then with that, Jack Harvey losing, getting pinned. Well, he didn't lose momentum, but he also didn't gain one.
Yep. So there is a lot to be happened. There's a lot to be done here. But for now, we only have around 4 minutes 20. Haha, 4:20, get high. Oh, pop up! He caught him in midair, puts him up on his shoulders into the GTS. What an incredible, incredible combo here by Vinnie Jones. Will it be enough for the 1-1? Yes, it is. 1 fall apiece here. 1 fall apiece. Both of them took around 3 minutes. 6 minutes gone, 4 minutes left in this 10-minute Iron match. It is 1 fall apiece as Jake goes for the cover for his 2nd fall of the match, and Vinnie Jones able to kick out at 2. So now, if it would be done, there would be a draw, which means both superstars will go on to
super
face Alex Mercury. It's of course way different than when there is a draw due to a double countout.
So what you say? What is a draw now? Is it triple threat?
Yes.
You don't want to have that.
No, I don't. That's why I especially gave them an Ironman match, which I knew would make them psychologically advance the match way sooner than it would in a normal setting. If the normal setting, in which you have no time limit virtually, at least there is time limit, but nobody will ever get to like 35, 40 minutes. At least not in UCW history yet. So that means they take a lot more time, take a lot more ease towards their signature and finishing maneuvers. As you see now, knowing that they only have 10 minutes, they are a lot faster in how and when they are going to do what. So you saw it with Vinny just hitting that GTS out of nowhere, pinning Jake, and Jake needing 2 TKOs, hitting one after just like 90 seconds into the match, which is incredible, and usually something you only see for the really big superstars. And that's not something both. No, Vinny is a big dude, but Jake isn't. And seeing Jake do something like that really shows you how much he thought about how to propose and how to integrate this match.
I totally agree with you.
Well, I have seen a lot of wrestling matches. As we see
I've seen
an
it a
elbow
lot.
drop by Jake, going for the cover on Vinny, and Vinny able to kick out at 2. As the clock is ticking down, 2-minute mark has been passed. We are almost at the end here, Lewis. So, if they of course know that they only have a couple more seconds left. What do you think is going through their minds?
Well, what I think is going to happen. I hope that, because if I'm looking correctly, I think Jake has been busted open. I hope he's not going to fuck up his vision and then still make him win the match.
Yeah,
What?
Jake has indeed been busted open. Yeah, it hasn't been noticed yet by
That's
me.
what I meant.
But Vinny
Did you see
Jones
that?
reverses and a kick out at 2 by Jake Van Dyke. As we
Did you
are...
see the springboard fail?
Yeah,
what I
I
meant in the
did.
beginning.
I saw it. I saw it. It's something that happens when you're busted open. The blood gets in between your eyes, and you're gonna make mistakes that you otherwise wouldn't make. Which is, of course, something that Vinny is, of course, trying to capitalize on. All standard, but still brutal in its. Yeah, it's still a brutal move. It's still brutal to take advantage of somebody. At least when something like that happens, like.
And a jumping cutter. He's going for the pin.
And a 2.
2.
Oh, and Jake just
He
able to
kicked
kick
out.
out. You see the referee with the fingers in a 2 sweet position. That means that there was a 2 count. Only 27 seconds left as you Vinny going insane here on Jake. Knowing that he needs to get that pinfall. Going for the pinfall yet again. 1, 2. And a kick out. Only
kick out.
15 seconds left. Vinny, you need to hurry, dude. You need to hurry. Come on, Vinny. Come on, do something. 7, 6, 5, 4,
It's gonna be a draw.
3, 2,
It's gonna be a draw.
1,
It's
and
gonna
a
be a
draw. That will mean that on Chase the Case, we will have a triple threat between Alex Mercury, Vinny Jones, and Jake Van Dyke. The mentor and student relationship hasn't been fixed yet, but it will maybe, hopefully, on Chase the Case. We'll see you there. Thank you, Lewis Taylor, for being here.
Thank you for having me. I'll see you next time.